Hello and welcome to Unlocking the Unseen. I am Nish, your host from the world of psychics. I am so glad you've joined me today as we continue exploring the unseen forces that guide us in ways we might not even realize. If you've been following along, you know we've been unlocking the deeper wisdom of the universe. And today, we are going to dive into something incredibly powerful: how the universe communicates with us through signs, synchronicities, and symbols. But before we dive in, let's take a moment to reflect on what we covered in our last episode: learning to listen, awakening your inner voice. In that episode, we talked about the difference between intuition and fear, and how to tell which voice is truly guiding you. We also explored techniques to quiet external noise and tune into your deeper knowing. If you've been practicing this, if you've been creating space for your inner voice, you may have already noticed something interesting. The more we listen, the more the universe begins to speak back. Maybe you've had a moment where something seemed too perfectly timed to be a coincidence. You were just thinking about a friend and they text you. You were wondering about your next step in life, and suddenly, everywhere you look, the same word or number sequence appears. Or you're lost in thought about a difficult decision, and a stranger's offhand comment feels like it was directed just at you. These aren't random events, they are signs. But how do we know if they are truly messages from the universe, or if we are simply seeing patterns where none exist? How can we decipher these signs in a way that helps us on our journey? That's exactly what we are unlocking today. So take a deep breath, settle in, and let's begin. I want to start today with a question for you. When was the last time you experienced something that made you pause and think, this feels like a message? Maybe it was a chance encounter, an odd coincidence, or a moment of serendipity that seemed too perfect to ignore. The universe is always communicating with us, but so often we are too busy, too distracted, or too caught up in our own thoughts to notice. We live in a world that's constantly moving: constant notifications, never ending responsibilities, and the expectations of others. And in that rush, it's easy to miss the subtle messages life is trying to send our way. Here's the thing though: signs aren't always big, dramatic events. In fact, most of the time, they are quiet, seemingly ordinary moments that hold deeper meaning if we are willing to pay attention. A fleeting thought, a chance encounter, or an unexpected word could be the universe's way of guiding us. So, how do we begin to recognize when the universe is speaking? What exactly is a sign? And how can we interpret these seemingly small moments? A sign is essentially a message sent to you by the universe, your higher self, or your spirit guides. These messages are meant to bring clarity, reassurance, or direction in your life. They can show up in many forms: through symbols, numbers, dreams, or even encounters with other people. And they all have one thing in common: they feel personal to you. You might even feel an instant knowing that this message is meant specifically for you. Synchronicities, on the other hand, are when different, seemingly unrelated events line up in a way that feels like more than coincidence. It is as if the universe is weaving together threads that create a pattern just for you. For example, let's say you are unsure about a career change and you're contemplating it in your mind. Then, one day, you hear three people mention the exact job title of field you're thinking about. Later that evening, you pick up a book and the first sentence you read encourages you to take a leap of faith and follow your passion. These are not isolated events. They are interconnected, pieces of a larger puzzle that's trying to communicate something. The more we open ourselves to noticing these signs, the more we begin to see them showing up in our lives. Now let's explore some of the most common signs that people often experience. As we go through them, notice how one sign can lead into the next, almost like a conversation the universe is having with us. First, let's talk about repeating numbers, also known as angel numbers. Many of you have probably experienced this. You look at the clock and it's 11:11. Or maybe you see the same number sequence, 222, 333, 444, repeatedly throughout the day. These repeating numbers are one of the universe's favorite ways to communicate with us. They carry vibrational meanings and can be a sign of alignment or a reminder to focus on specific aspects of your life. Let's take a closer look at some of the most common ones. 111. It's a sign that your thoughts are powerful. When you see 111, it's a reminder to keep your thoughts focused on what you want rather than what you fear. Your thoughts are creating your reality. 222. This number is about balance and trust. When you see 222, it's a sign that things are aligning in your life, even if you can't see it yet. Trust that the universe is working behind the scenes. 333. This is a sign of support. If you see 333, know that your guides are helping you move forward. You're not alone on this journey. 444. This number represents protection. The universe is sending you a message that you are safe and you should keep moving forward with confidence. 555. A sign that change is coming. It might be unsettling at first, but 555 encourages you to embrace the changes in your life as they are leading you to where you need to be. Now let's move on to another powerful sign. Messages through songs and words. Have you ever had a song come on at the exact moment you needed to hear it? Or maybe you overheard a stranger say something that felt like it was meant just for you. Words and sound carry frequencies that can open doors of insight. And sometimes the universe uses them to confirm what we already know or are questioning. If a song lyric seems to speak directly to you, or if you overhear a conversation that feels like an answer to an unspoken prayer, don't brush it off. It could be a sign from the universe that's meant to guide you. Another way the universe speaks to us is through our dreams. Dreams are one of the most profound ways the universe communicates with us. They are often symbolic and filled with messages that can provide clarity and insight. Have you ever had a recurring dream or dreamt of the same symbol over and over again? For example, if you dream of water, it might symbolize your emotional state. A road could represent your life path, and a house could symbolize different aspects of your inner world. Pay attention to how the dream makes you feel, because emotions in dreams often reveal the true meaning behind them. Another way of universe speaking to us is through animals and nature. Animals have long been seen as messengers in various cultures. If a certain animal keeps appearing in your life, whether it's in nature, in dreams, or even through images, it might be a sign that the universe is trying to send you a message. For example, butterflies are often seen as symbols of transformation, while hawks might represent a higher perspective. If you see a black cat, it might be a reminder to trust your intuition. Another way the universe speaks to us is through unexplained delays or roadblocks. Not everything the universe sends us comes in the form of something we want. Sometimes, the universe communicates through delays or roadblocks. If you find that plans aren't coming together as you hoped, or that something keeps falling through despite your best efforts, it might be a sign that you're being redirected. Rather than forcing the situation, step back and ask, is this truly aligned for me? Sometimes, what feels like a setback is actually the universe leading you to something even better. So, how can you start interpreting these signs more effectively? First, pay attention. Whenever something stands out, whether it's a repeating number, a song, a dream, or a feeling, don't ignore it. Pause for a moment and reflect. What is this trying to tell you? Second, trust your instincts. Your intuition is your best guide. Often your first instinct is the correct one. You might find your mind trying to rationalize a message or dismiss it as a coincidence, but trust your inner knowing. Third, let meaning unfold. Don't try to force a meaning onto everything. If a sign is truly from the universe, it will keep appearing until you understand it. Be patient and allow the message to unfold naturally. The universe is always speaking. The question is, are you listening? The more you open yourself to guidance, the more you will notice these signs appearing. And most importantly, remember, you are always being supported. If this episode resonated with you and you're looking for deeper insight into the signs you've been receiving, I would love to help. At the World of Psychics, you can book a personal reading with me or one of our gifted psychics. Whether it's interpreting the synchronicities in your life, understanding your dreams, or getting clarity on your next steps, we are here to guide you. You can find the link in the show notes or visit theworldofpsychics.com to schedule your session. In our next episode, we will be exploring tarot as a mirror, seeing yourself more clearly, how tarot can be a powerful tool for self-reflection and guidance. Until then, keep your heart open, your mind curious, and your soul listening.